Werribee Zoo akal ka natin. Hi! Makikita mga ka-babies ang sina. Chakugulu! Yan mga babies ang sina. Nanusong tao. Oh, it's a pussy. Nanusong pussy. Oh, it's that.
That's double.
Yeah.
Lang jag på toaletten.
Hi, ka. Bam, bam. So, kasi ito because
Okay.
it will be more fun.
Oto ini kan kalai. Zua kan hilai kan hakau he. Wah, tingkung ado ni kita tu.
Our chef said all of them are construction. She didn't mention. Yeah, she didn't check. What's the number?
Up ke toilet sekarang. Santlai lau ke sini. Santlai lau ke sini. Santlai lau ke sini.
Sunflower seed.
Hey guys.
Hello guys, this is me, this is not me. Say something. Look at you.
Sao tahu hilang komputer jam. Memang tilong kan cipla kan titlang cuma tilong. Tilong makan sini mikir semua. Siksi terus. Ciao, kita dulu yang lain nanti. Kahit kamu paling bagus. Ciao, kentu campur kan. Paling kan boring kucing lagi. Kira rancakan lihat.
Tadi mas nunggu sih. Look, this is look. Look. Oh yeah, dia masih. Kaya kan dulu ni.
Gakin cakai sa barbecue senzo. Guys.
You want to drink something?
Oh, everyone is waiting.
I got the other plastic.
Trip in peace and quiet. I'm just going to let this bus behind us go out first. Welcome aboard. My name is Cam. I'm going to be your safari guide this afternoon. Had some next one to us. That's our sister Atta, a little further away. Australia has lots and lots of wild camel. They were brought over here to help explore our great continent. And at the end of those expeditions, they returned loose and they thrived in the outback. Australia now has more wild camel than any other country in the world, perhaps as many as 2 million. They can go long periods of time without eating or drinking because they have fat reserves in those humps of theirs. And when there's no food or water around, they can break that fat down and live on it. Their humps go all floppy. The floppy humped camel would be a great TV show. I haven't seen one. Our girls get very well looked after here. They're looking a bit fat at the moment. They're just losing their winter fur for the summer. They'll need them next winter. You see that on the bison as well in just a few minutes. Now, on the right-hand side here, we have some female ostrich. They look a lot like emus, but they're a little bit bigger and they've got a different number of toes. And we'll get back to that when we meet the boys down on the savannah in just a few minutes. desert animal is that white antelope over there. We'll probably get a much better look at them on the way back out. I'll tell you about them now. They are the scimitar-horned oryx. They used to roam all over North Africa around the fringes of the Sahara Desert. And they can go well over 9 months without a sip of water. They get all the moisture they need from the vegetation they eat because they are incredibly efficient at processing it. Now, they do have 2 horns, but they grow very close to each other, and it can look inside on as if they have one. And Aristotle wrote then that they are a prototype unicorn. We believe they're the origin of the unicorn myth. Those long curved horns of theirs allow them to scratch their backs with some ease, which is usually what we see them doing here at the zoo. But they are a defensive weapon. If they're attacked from behind, they can lunge backwards with enough force to kill a leopard. So please don't sneak up on one. Just for now, let's have a bit of an adventure across the Hippopotamus River. Now, as we cross the river up ahead, if you look down to the left, you may see our 3-lady hippopotamus. We have Primrose and her daughters Tulip and Lotus. Lovely names for hippopotamus. If you haven't been down to Hippo Beach yet, I highly recommend that after this tour. They start waking up about 3:30 in the afternoon. They're nocturnal animals. They get very playful about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Now, you may notice we're doing a bit of work in here. If you can keep a secret, I'll tell you what's going on. At the moment, there are no male hippopotamus in Australia. We're working on bringing one over for our ladies. Please don't tell them, because we want it to be a bit of a surprise. And we have no idea when he's going to arrive. A very complicated matter to transport a hippopotamus internationally. A lot of excess baggage.
Get a bar. Get a bar.
Might have a French accent, we're not sure yet. Oh,
My lord.
special treat just up ahead.
Get a bar.
We're about to enter the woodland zone. We have 2 species of antelope in here. The first one there is there to greet us. It's an African antelope called the Niala. They are masters of camouflage. We often go a day or 2 without seeing them at all. They'll find somewhere to hide. They have beautiful white stripes down the side of their body, which make for surprisingly effective camouflage while they're standing underneath the trees like that. They'll stand motionless for long periods of time. And even when they walk, it's a bit like they're on tippy toes. They're very stealthy. They have to be good at hiding because they're not very fast. There is a male back there somewhere with 2 big horns. I just recently learnt they are one of the rare horned animals who the males do not fight if they have a dispute. Out in the open. Ah, they're just up ahead. Right, we'll see that in just a second. That wire fence over there is the enclosure for 2 of our new cheetah, Mara and Mackenzie. They can sometimes be seen sitting at the fence looking out at the antelope. I'm sure they have love in their hearts. These little antelope to our left are an Indian antelope called the black buck. You can just see Artie there with his 2 big horns and his darker face. He's the male, and he's hanging out with about 20 of his girlfriends. They're perfectly happy hanging out in the open like that, and they often stand on a little rise where they get a good view of anything that might be approaching them. They can use their amazing speed to escape if they need to. They can run on the freeway if they want, well over 90 kilometres an hour, and they'll do that while jumping and looking exceedingly cute. I think, objectively, on a scale that I just made up, they are the 2nd cutest animal we have at the zoo, after the hippopotamus. Put the area back to life a bit. Often see kangaroo and wallaby through here. There are wombat and echidna in there somewhere. Sometimes we see tiger snakes and blue-tongue lizards sunning themselves. If we're incredibly lucky, we may catch some of the platypus or turtle that live in Werribee River now as we cross the bridge just up ahead. It looks a lot like a burnt stump when it's standing still. They can be very hard to spot. Keep your eyes peeled for them. Sometimes they move on through, sometimes they hang around for a couple of days. Where are you going to hide a herd of bison? There they are, on the other side in that corner. These are the magnificent North American bison. North America since prehistoric times. Before the Europeans arrived, we believe there could have been as many as 60 million bison in North America, and that number was unfortunately reduced to a mere 400 or so individuals. If you've seen the cowboy films, you'll know how. This is just for the little kids on board. See that giant green building down to the left? That's someone's bedroom. It's a very big bedroom and it's got a very tall doorway. Who might need a giant bedroom with a tall doorway? We're going to meet a few of those in just a few minutes. Here we are, welcome to the savannah. Oh, what a view, look at that. Alright, we'll just be a minute here while we wait for that giant Jurassic Park gate behind us to close. We've got 7 species of African animal in here to go and have a look at. We need that giant gate for just one of them. It may come as a bit of a surprise which one. This upper area is connected to the lower area and the animals are free to wander up and down as they choose, so we never know what's going to be around this next bend. Off on their own, they're social and they hang out together. David's on pain medication at the moment, so he's feeling a little slow and dopey. The keepers are looking after him, he'll be okay. Just his medication at the moment is having some alone time. On the slowest roller coaster in the world right now.
Lovely. You're my dive, yeah. Hello. Hello. What do you say the payment? What do you say is not payment?
Cứ ra Nam Hùng.
on some zebra here, just while they're nice and close. Let's try and have a good look at a zebra's nose. The colour of the zebra's nose is the same colour of his skin all across its body. So they're dark brown or black horses with white stripes. Kind of solves that mystery. And all of us, just like our fingerprints, particularly the zebra's bottom. Every zebra has a unique and individual bottom. The reason for that is when a baby zebra is born, the first thing that the zebra sees is its mum's bum. And it imprints and it recognises that pattern for the rest of its life. If it's being chased by a leopard or a lion, it can find its mum in the crowd and follow along and be led to safety. This also makes an excellent game for young kids who like to pretend to be a baby zebra. Next time your mum takes you shopping to the supermarket, take a really good look at her bum and follow it along. She will lead you to safety and you won't get lost. I still play that game with my wife.
Sebe. Werribee.
They want a rabbit.
Oh, this is pretty special. We've got 6 giraffe here at Werribee. David was over there on his own. Some recovery. The other 5 are over here. Now, we've got one sitting down over there. It's very unusual for giraffe to sit down. They only do it when they feel particularly safe and secure. It takes them quite a long time to stand and sit, so they're vulnerable when that happens. There's usually one standing guard when they do. We've got another one just up ahead of here in this hollow, sitting down as well, just having a rest. They can sleep standing up, but they do prefer to get down like that. But they can't rest their heads on the ground. They usually find a termite mound or a log or a tree or something to rest their heads on. They only sleep about 4 hours a night, and they'll spend 18 hours a day eating. I wasn't kidding about the hats and the phones. They're very curious animals and they're voracious eaters. One of them once ate the aerial off one of our safari buses. We've had to go up my windscreen wipers a couple of times. Now, as you see that one sitting down, it's actually a really good view. The bendy thing that's halfway down his leg, that's his ankle. And the little bendy joint above his hoof is his toe joint, and the knee is all the way up there by the chest or the belly. They are literally wandering around on tippy toes on their toenails all the time. Extremely beautiful animals, the giraffe. They have a good sense of humour. See those muddy pools to the left there? That's one of the places where the rhinos like to get in and roll around on a hot day. The mud's a bit like irrigation and sunscreen for them. They also cool down in there. I'm pretty sure they do it just for fun as well. Who doesn't love rolling around in a big pile of mud? They're the largest of the antelope species. Fully grown, they can hit about 900 kilos. And from a standing start, like a couple of those in there, they can jump nearly 3 metres straight in the air. And they're the reason why we need that giant gate at the entrance. They can easily jump on top of this bus if they wanted to. They have tremendously strong neck and shoulder muscles. And with those horns, they can throw a lion clean over their backs if they want to, and they'll operate in groups to do that when they need to. I know lions have the reputation of being the ferocious king of the jungle and all, but in reality, they only catch food 3 out of 10 times that they try for it, and everything they go after has quite elaborate defences against them. A kick from a giraffe can kill a lion, and often live on the ragged edge of exhaustion and starvation. Now, amazingly, when those eland aren't throwing lions around, So, amazingly, when they're not throwing lions around, some people milk those eland. Imagine going up to one of those with a milking pail. Their milk is 4 times fatter than a dairy cow and makes a delicious cheese. Now, if you only remember one thing from today, please remember, I will happily pay for a zoo membership for anyone who helps me find some eland and cheese. I'd love to try some. Now we've got 3 rhinoceros having a bit of a snooze over here. They are southern white rhinos. That first one on the left is Kafala, he's the dad. Kilos at the size of his mum's head. Can't really see her head, so imagine his dad's head there. Tiny. It's hard to believe how fast he's grown. At the moment, he's putting on about 3.5 kilos a day. I know what you're thinking, we all did that on Christmas Day. But he's been doing it for quite a while. In just over a year, he is over 1,000 kilos already. I won't discuss his mum's weight because it generally wouldn't do that. Let's just say Dad is about 2.2 tonnes. That's a good view of their horns. I had a gentleman on board from Zimbabwe recently. He was excited to see a rhinoceros with any horn. In Zimbabwe, they shave them.
Diba? Yan ba oh? Oh, perform mo eh.
Alright, here's a good opportunity to have a look at an ostrich. Let's try and do 2 things. Let's try and count the number of his toes, and let's get a really good look at his head. An ostrich has the largest eyeball of any land animal. It's about 5 centimetres across, about the size of a billiard ball. So into that head, I want you to try and imagine putting 2 billiard balls. And think about how much room you've got left over for anything else that really goes inside a head. Ostrich, not a very smart bird, it's a very fast bird. They only have 2 toes, they're the only 2-toed bird in the world. And it makes their foot a bit like a lightweight running shoe. It allows them to run at incredible speeds. They can easily do 3. But being a professional safari guide, when we came around to the ostrich, I introduced it as the largest living relative of a dinosaur, which is technically